Day 7 of the Jana Giron manslaughter retrial wrapped today with the prosecution presenting its closing argument. But prior to the closing remarks, we heard testimony about the crash scene. You may remember that Giron is accused of texting and driving in Oro Valley 5 years ago and causing a crash that killed 2 people. News 4 Tucson's Jafet Serrato is live at the Pima County Superior Court downtown with more on what went on in court today. Jafet.
Sean, ever since Jana Giron's retrial began last week, every day has been filled with testimony, and today's court session was no different. It would not end until the afternoon when closing arguments began.
This is a drone aerial photograph of the southern end of this crash scene.
You're listening to an investigator who is an expert at crash reconstruction. On Thursday, he was brought before the jury by Jana Giron's defense.
So this is a photograph depicting the passenger side of the Acura.
This investigator said that by using evidence collected by Oro Valley Police, he was able to recreate how the crash may have happened. At one point, saying that Caitlin Festerling, who was driving, may have downshifted instead of hitting the brake before turning left. Giron's defense attorney then suggesting Festerling's brake lights would not have illuminated and were not seen before Giron rear-ended Festerling and Paul Garcia's vehicle, as police allege. But prosecutor Rachel Stiles questioned the investigator's ability to properly assess what happened, considering he first visited the crash scene more than a year after the incident.
And then you didn't actually go out to the scene for another 16 months in December of 2023?
That's correct.
Once that testimony ended, Stiles had an opportunity to present her closing argument.
She had avoided law enforcement.
Stiles focused on the accusation that Giron was not only texting and driving, but that she erased those messages after the crash.
Why would she be deleting text messages? She knew they were the evidence of what was happening. She knew she wasn't paying attention.
Tomorrow we will hear closing arguments from Jana Giron's defense attorney. Reporting from downtown, Jafet Serrato, News 4 Tucson.